All right, this is Mr. Wyrick, and I'm going to go over these set of notes with you. It says, yesterday we learned how to find the arc length given our central angle and radius. But what do we do if we are given the arc length, but we are missing the central angle or radius? Luckily for us, we have a proportion to help us solve this. Let me change that AM to R. It's going to be arc length over circumference is equal to central angle measure out of 360. Like with all the proportions we have, our first step is to set it up properly. Okay, you got to read the question pretty careful, know how your final answer needs to be formatted. So you need to make sure you're putting arc length over circumference, central angle measure over 360. So it's got to be little over big, little over big. So this one is like what we had today. So in circle B, BC is equal to 6. And the measure of angle CBD is 90 degrees. Find the length of arc CD. Express your answer as a fraction times pi. So this is going to be, my radius is 6. So my circumference is going to be 6 times 2 times pi. So 12 times pi. But we're putting our answer in terms of pi. So we don't need to multiply by pi. That just gets to be part of the answer. So we have 12 pi for the circumference, and that's going to be our arc length. We have 90 out of 360. So if we're looking back up here, we don't know out of 12 pi is equal to 90 out of 360. So we would cross multiply and put this all together. But I know 90 out of 360 is 1 out of 4. So if my circumference is 12 pi, I divide that by 4, and the answer on this one would be 3 pi. Okay? Similar kind of thing for this. This one says in circle F, the measure of angle GFH is 130. The length of GH is 13 over 9 pi. So let's actually get this set up as a proportion this time. I'll show you kind of what I'm talking about here. So this is going to be, that's a Google Doc. There we go. We need Desmos. We have my angle measure out of 360. So when we're looking at that, it's 130 out of 360. So I'm going to go here in Desmos. I'm going to say 130 out of 360. That's 0.361 repeating. Okay, you can see I've got my 130 out of 360. And I know that that's going to be equal to, clicked on the wrong thing here. That's going to be equal to 13 over 9 pi out of the whole thing. All right, that's going to be the entire circle, the circumference. So I go back to my calculator here, is equal to, and I'm going to say 13 over 9. I close my parenthesis there, divided by x. So this is telling me that my x is going to be 4. Okay, so my whole thing is my circumference of my circle there is going to be 4 pi. So if the circumference of my circle is 4 pi, then I just have to divide by 2 pi, and it's going to be for this right here, for this one it's going to be 2. So just make sure we set up the proportion correctly. That should carry you through. You're going to have a few questions on there. I'll try to make sure that the Delta Math is pretty user-friendly, but that should get you through everything you need to do for today. Good luck.